Hi, I'm Stella Winston. My guest today is a soap fan, and she is not just a soap fan, she is a super duper soap fan. And her name is Tina Gray, and she's here to speak about her passion, her love for the soap opera, the art form, the television art form that is about to come to the end of its life on television as we've known it for so many decades. And also, I want to focus on a book by the name of Disney War, and the reason why Disney War is important, by James B. Stewart, is that Disney is the owner of ABC, and ABC is the company that produces the shows One Life to Live and a host of other soaps. So I'd like to welcome Tina Gray.
Thank you.
Now, Tina, you have here a piece that you've written that you're going to share with us, right? And I think after I hear this piece, I'll understand a little bit more about what your fight is.
Okay. This is a public service announcement that I taped when I first found out what ABC and Disney were doing to my soaps. Hello, everyone. My name is Tina Gray, and I'm here representing that useless over 18 to 49 group. You know the group, the one that corporate sponsors and apparently ABC and Disney believe don't spend any money. I'm a long-time daytime fan. It started with me watching Dark Shadows, preferring to come home from school and watch it, rather than going out to play in the snow with my friends. Let's see. Going out to be cold and wet, or staying in nice and warm and watching Cutie Pie David Hennessy and the wonderful Jonathan Frid as Barnabas. There was no contest. I was staying in. It was probably in the 70s that my love of the daytime genre really started. Love of Life, Search for Tomorrow, a half hour of Young and the Restless, and then changing channels to All My Children, One Life to Live, and then changing channels again to watch Another World. My VCR taped all day long while I was at work, and I watched all night long. I remember flying across Ocean Avenue where I lived to the supermarket where my friend Judy was to tell her that Philip was alive in Vietnam. Does anyone remember that scene? Nick Benedict laying in a hut on a bed of straw? Or I can remember running to my friend Evelyn's door, hysterically crying, exclaiming, "Mary died," when ABC killed off Jeff Martin's wife. And through the years, gathering at friends' houses to say goodbye to Kate Martin and Mona Tyler. I might still have the scene saved on tape somewhere. And One Life to Live. Well, did it get any better than Judith Light on the stand admitting that she was a prostitute? These days, we have the incredible Michael E. Knight, who just gets better with age, and the incomparable Erica Slezak, Robin Strasser, and Jerry Verdorn. They teach the up-and-comers how it's done every day. And General Hospital's Tony Geary. Need I say more? His talent defines the daytime profession. If you don't agree, just watch the intervention episode that was recently aired, and then look at Jonathan Jackson, General Hospital's Lucky. I'll bet Tony Geary probably taught him everything he knows. Now, I must admit, I'm not the most faithful One Life to Live viewer, because first, foremost, and forever, I will be an Another World fan. When Another World moved to 2 p.m. here in New York, I followed and kept up with One Life to Live via Soap Opera Digest. That way, I could always speak knowledgeably about my soaps. In my defense, as soon as Another World was gone, I went right back to One Life to Live, and I added General Hospital to my repertoire. Now let's talk about Another World. In June of 1999, when NBC cruelly dumped Another World, they made an even bigger mistake. Susan Lee, the then vice president of NBC daytime programming, foolishly told the fans of Another World that we were not in the demographics that they were looking for. Well, with the exception of watching the Mets in the playoffs that year, June 25th, 1999 was the last time I watched NBC. You see, daytime or nighttime, NBC is not in the demographics I'm looking for. Now, I may be in the minority, but eventually people will rise up and fight for the daytime shows they love. On the last day of taping Another World, I sat on my bed and wrote a letter to the cast and crew. Linda Dano told me that she took it home with her. Hopefully she still has it. Unfortunately, it was handwritten and I didn't make a copy of it, but I still remember a part of it, and truer words were never written, and they still hold true today. How long do movie actors take to make a movie? Months for 2 hours of entertainment? How long do primetime actors have to do their shows? A week for a 1-hour show? And those 1-hour shows are on what? Maybe 26 weeks out of the year? Daytime actors do what primetime actors do every weekday, probably 40 to 45 weeks out of the year. Do you know what kind of talent that takes? Do you know what kind of discipline that takes? Do you know what kind of commitment that takes? This venue has turned out some of the most celebrated actors of our times: Christopher Reeves, Meg Ryan, Anne Heche, Julianne Moore, Morgan Freeman, Kira Sedgwick, and Kevin Bacon. And actors of today that didn't begin in daytime recognize that because of its pace, daytime is the greatest training ground for acting. Why else would James Franco spend time at General Hospital? Surely it isn't for the money. And yet still the networks continue to disrespect them. And they disrespect the fans by thinking we will watch cheap talk shows and reality crap, which, by the way, I don't know how you feel, but most of them are an insult to my intelligence, and I'll never watch them. The saying, if you build it, they will come, is not always true. We may opt to stay home and not visit. At some time, the sponsors and the networks are going to have to stop this greediness and give the actors and we, their fans, the respect that is deserved, or they will pay harsh consequences. The backlash has begun. What a shame. Disney, the alleged happiest place in the world, is run by the greediest people in the world. Don't they realize that they're not just putting daytime actors and crew out of work? What about all the magazines that focus on daytime? What about the people who provide the sets, the food, and so many services that we don't even know about? Their selfishness and greediness has far-reaching effects, touching people they probably haven't even thought about or just don't care. Beware, ABC and Disney. I haven't watched NBC in 12 years. I have no problem turning you off as well. And if you think it won't impact your sponsors, well, you haven't seen my credit card bills. In the meantime, as we continue our fight, I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to call my cable company, Cablevision, and let them know that I want a soap channel. Whether it be SoapNet or another one, I want my soap channel. And I urge all of you to do the same. Call them, write to them, let them know that you want your soaps. I thank you all for allowing this over-the-hill viewer to vent.
Wow. Whoa. Okay. Very good. Wow.
Still hurts.
Yeah. And you mentioned Barnabas in the very beginning. I remember watching Barnabas and just loving that soap opera way back then.
I named Diaries after Angelique and Josette.
Well, soaps are part of the American culture, and for it to be snatched away like that without the consultation of the viewer is very painful, because my mom, she's a soap opera fan from way back as well, and she is in pain behind it. I was just speaking with her earlier, and you heard a little bit of the conversation. She tried to call ABC and twice today and could not even get through.
Oh,
she
no.
could not get a human
No,
voice.
they've changed their phone numbers. They have cut off the fans. They have cut off the fans. Because when this first happened, the fans knocked out their phone lines. They really thought that we would just go away.
Now ABC is owned by Disney. Okay?
Yes.
So ABC owns the rights to
All My Children, One Life to Live, and General Hospital.
So that means that they have the power to keep the soaps going.
Yes.
So what would it take to get them to bring your soaps back? Like, what is my mother's phone call helps, your PSA helps, but what kind of pressure needs to be placed on Disney to get them to do the right thing by the viewers?
I think that because of the uprising of the viewers, ABC went to Prospect Park, the company who is claiming to be putting All My Children and One Life to Live on the internet beginning in January of 2012. Disney had no idea what was going to happen when they made their decision. So to pacify us and to hopefully shut us up, they thought that putting the soaps online would pacify us. It's not going to work. They don't want scripted programming on their network. They want to go the cheap way. They want to go with the spew. I'm sorry. No offense to Mario Batali or anyone else.
Right.
But they want unscripted television that they can produce for cheap and line their pockets. That's personally how I believe. What I would like to see happen is that ABC releases the soaps to a cable company, to a cable channel, where we can watch them the way we want to watch them. I don't know if they'll do it. I don't know what it'll take.
For myself, I do not like the experience of watching a show on a computer screen.
No.
The experience is better enjoyed in my living room, sitting on
Absolutely.
my couch, watching
Absolutely.
something on television. So if their intent is to put, half-hour soaps?
No, Prospect Park, to their credit, I don't want to blast Prospect Park. To their credit, they have claimed that the shows will remain an hour with the same quality. And I hope that they mean it. But the fact still remains, they belong on television.
Now, they say they have the numbers to show that the viewership is very low. Now,
let me ask you something, Stella.
yes.
How long has your mother been watching soaps?
Oh my goodness. My mother remembers, my mother was born in the 30s, and she remembers watching soaps like from the 40s. And the way she described it, there were so many soaps on.
That's right.
A lot of soap operas
Okay.
back then.
Did your mother ever have a Nielsen box?
Never.
How many people do you know have a Nielsen box?
I've only known of one person to have a Nielsen box.
I've never had a Nielsen box. I don't know anyone who has a Nielsen box. So where are they getting their numbers from?
So do you suspect that they may just make up the numbers to do what they want?
I'm so angry that, yes, I do believe that. I'm not saying that that's true, but if you're only going to depend on a Nielsen box, what about the people like me who taped all day and came home and watched all night or saved it for the weekends? Do I get counted? What about all of my friends who did the same thing? What about people in nursing homes who sit all day watching soap after soap after soap?
So you have a coupon campaign that you are doing, and what is the coupon campaign? Because I think your coupon campaign addresses that it's trying to...
It'll show true viewership.
Yes, how does that
My
work?
friend Silas Kane, when he found out what ABC had done, created a very simple, truthful idea to show what the viewership truly is. The coupon campaign, which, by the way, you can get the coupons on www.suds.tv. That's SUDZ.tv. It's a simple piece of paper. Dear cable company, you fill in the name of your cable company, and based on how many cable boxes you have in your house, based on how many adults, and if you have teens who watch soap operas, you can fill out one coupon per cable box per person.
Okay.
That will show the viewership.
Right.
Since this coupon campaign started, we have close to 10,000 coupons. And that's only from the people who either read Soaps and Death. Thank you so much for supporting us. And Globe Magazine, Jeff Rodak, you are amazing. They have been printing these coupons week after week. People have been ripping them out, sending them to Cassandra.
Okay.
And people are trying to make their voice heard. If you're going to depend on a Nielsen box, you are not going to get true numbers. ABC and Disney, I believe, I'm not saying that it's the gospel truth, but I believe they are going for cheap programming, cheap, unscripted programming, so that they can make the most money.
So with the Nielsen boxes, they get their supposed numbers, but then it's not available to the general public. So if you get so many of these coupons, you'll present them to ABC and say,
Ultimately,
wow.
we want ABC and Disney to release the rights to All My Children, One Life to Live, and General Hospital. Give it to us. Give it to a company who is willing to show them on the air,
right,
and let us give them to the world. You don't want them, fine, that's your right. But release them. Why are you holding on to them? I think they're holding on to them because they don't want them to succeed. Because if they give them up and they succeed, then they have egg on their face, and their sponsors are going to go, what did you do? So now they have the best of both worlds. Because if they're going to make more money, we say, well, you see, it worked out this way. No. You don't deserve it. You don't have the faith in scripted programming. You are not giving the cast and the crew the respect that they deserve. Let them go. You don't want them, let them go.
So this is one way for pressure to go to be placed on Disney, ABC.
Right.
To bring
right.
money back.
You wanna say where the numbers are? You
Fill out
can't
the
fight
coupon.
a piece of paper.
Right, and this is physical, tangible.
That's right. As
that-
opposed to what you claim Nielsen is telling you.
Wow. Now there's the company Hoover that made a statement.
Yeah.
Speak a little bit about how.
Thank you. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but apparently his wife and his mother are ABC soap fans, and they were so devastated about the cancellations that he pulled his advertising. I wish every corporate sponsor would do it. I wish every corporate sponsor would do it because, again, I believe that ABC and Disney has not presented the viewership numbers truthfully. And I think that corporate sponsorship would have given more money to daytime if they truly knew what the viewership was.
How did Disney, ABC, how did they announce the ending of the soaps on television? In what style and what manner was it done?
Brian Franz went to California, stood on the set of All My Children, and I believe in ABC in New York, he was on a screen in the One Life to Live studio and announced that they were canceled, both of them.
And that was it? Did he give a reason why, or did he give numbers?
I
Was it
don't
just-
know. I don't know what he said, but that man, I believe 10 years ago that man was brought in to destroy ABC daytime.
Ooh, okay, there's possible greed. They want the company, corporation, Disney wants to make money the easiest way. That's the
Right.
view, that's
The
view,
least output, the most
input.
intake.
Right. So, of course, to pay actors and everything associated with the making of a soap opera.
It does cost a lot of
it
money to
costs
produce. But look at what these people do. What I wrote,
Yeah.
what I read to you.
So they're looking for something that's more cost effective for the company.
Not cost effective, cheap.
Cheap.
Cheap, unscripted, unintelligent. I mean, what is the Chew
But,
going to
okay,
give you?
Now, take a viewer like yourself, viewers all over the country that are, really soap fans. Are they going to watch
No.
those programming?
Absolutely
So,
not.
I
Absolutely not.
I lack a grasp of ABC, Disney's decision to do away with really good programming. It's beyond me. Are there enough viewers where they can put on those type of shows to make up for the soap fans?
Maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't care because it'll cost them less to produce a show like The Chew as opposed to producing All My Children. It's just there to fill up time. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more about the history of or the events with ABC and Disney. Fill me in a little bit more about Fromm and his role. So you said 10 years ago.
That's what I believe.
He was brought in.
I believe he was brought in to dismantle ABC Daytime. Viewership may have declined on All My Children because they fired really good writers. It seems that if somebody was nominated and or won an Emmy, they were fired. The quality of the writing had gone down.
Really?
And I just believe that it was done on purpose.
Well, this book I've only read parts of the book. It's Disney War by James B. Stewart. He touches on how the culture of Disney changed with the coming of Michael Eisner into Disney, and how the culture of bullying came in with Michael Eisner, and the word bully is used in the various parts of the book, and it seems as though with Michael Eisner coming in, that the company went from that wonderful family company that it was, that you remember. And I remember.
Yeah, Tinkerbell flying
Yes,
around on the
right,
wonderful
that-
world of Disney. No, it's all
change.
about a business now. It's all about money. It's not about quality programming. It's not about the, when you think about going to Disney World and people smiling and children being happy,
Yes.
that's not what they're about anymore. They're about money.
Well, if it's about money, and you have a host of people that you have a viewing public that want soaps, there's the money.
That's right.
It's
That's
as
right.
simple as
You
that.
need to look at, I don't know anything about the stock market, but I do have Disney's numbers on my desktop. Down, down, down. Their stocks just keep going down, down, down.
Really?
They still haven't gotten it. We're not going to stop fighting. We are not going to stop fighting.
Okay, so what's the fight? Let's summarize. What are you doing? What can others do? Point by point. You can do the coupon. You talked about that. What else? Call ABC Disney.
Send letters. Calling, I'm not sure how much it's going to do now, because they've changed their phone numbers and all you can get is recordings. You can't even leave a message anymore. But the coupon campaign and support the sponsors that are supporting the fight to save the soaps.
And who are the sponsors?
Well, definitely Hoover. You need a vacuum? Go out and buy a Hoover.
Okay.
Boycott the sponsors that won't support us. I fast forward through the commercials now. So I know that L'Oreal is one of the sponsors that is still sponsoring the soaps. I will not buy a L'Oreal product.
No, you won't buy the L'Oreal product because
they should be pushing Disney to either keep the soaps on or release them.
I get it. So you want the sponsors that are up until the date that they're pulled to put the
pressure.
on Walt
I want them to
Disney
continue
and
to put
ABC.
the pressure on ABC and Disney. If they're not going to keep them on ABC, release them to someone who is going to put them on television.
So you named L'Oreal, so a corporation pressuring another corporation.
That's right.
What other?
I don't remember. As I said, I've started fast forwarding through the commercials. I'm not interested in anybody who is supporting ABC and Disney. Once All My Children goes off the air next Friday, done. I won't see any of their commercials because my channel will not be on Channel 7. Once One Life to Live goes off the air, I won't see it.
So you're suggesting an all-out boycott of ABC? Possibly?
They did it with NBC.
So, let's say, like across
Nighttime
the
as
country?
well. Nighttime
So
as
just
well.
don't watch ABC
That's
at
right.
all.
I did it with NBC. I've never seen Deal or No Deal. I never saw the end of Friends. Seinfeld,
Never.
done. Never saw it from 1999 on. Never put Channel 4 on.
Now that would be very powerful.
Yes, it is.
So,
Yes, it is.
you know, you could make an appeal right now to all soap viewers across the nation. What would you say?
Please join us. Please help us. Go to www.suds.tv. That's SUDZ.tv. The instructions are on the website, how to fill out these coupons. Show ABC, show Disney that there is a need for our soaps. There is a want for our soaps. Make them release our soaps to someone who will keep them on television.
Okay. Thank you, Tina Gray. Very impassioned, and I hope you get your soaps back.
Thank you. For me and your mom.
Yes, you and my mom. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now we're going to go to an interview with James Pop Gaskins. Now, James Pop Gaskins had some dealings with Disney in the 60s and 70s down in Florida. There was a real estate deal that was to go through that Disney wanted to do down there. And he talks about how the people came together and went up against Disney. James Pop Gaskins.